What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and we are checking back in from the Universal Orlando Resort for another Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster construction update. Hopefully there has been a lot of progress. Let's go. Split point. You already know where we're going. And there is Fast and Furious. I can see a new track was added since our last update down on the ground, leading into the Overbank. And a couple of those braces up on the mid-course for the catwalks. But that's what I'm seeing right now. Aha, I see what they did overnight. They added a new track right about there, leading out of an element that's going to come right here by the Nickelodeon Studios and leading into the Overbank, but new track right there. I'm not seeing any new tracker supports in the alleyway, but we'll get over there when Studios opens a little bit later. But for right now, not seeing much. Ooh, foggy. Good morning, Hard Rock. Time to get some awesome views. Alright, that's pretty cool. Look at that new track. Alright, time to go to Top Deck, get some better views of everything that's going on. But yeah, all of this, new track. Last update, they only had 3 segments that were up here, and now all this is in place. Alright, let's get a view from the Top Deck of what's going on here with Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And all of this track, right here, leading up to the Overbank, is new. In the previous update, we only had 3 sections of track that were on this Overbank, so everything else has been installed in the last 2 days. And we said in previous updates also that a big element was going to be happening right over here by Nickelodeon Studios. And with the angle of that track right there, it's looking like that's actually going to be confirmed. we have the tiniest of speed bumps right here. I mean, that thing is tiny. And it leads into the massive overbank, comes out of that, goes into this area, and from what we're thinking, there's going to be a whole mess of track and columns over here. Comes back down, dives, does this turn, does the S-bend, goes into the high-speed turn, leads up into the mid-course, comes off the mid-course down into the launch area, hits this speed bump I should say, and then leads up into the 170-foot twisting spike. After that, comes back down, hits the speed bump again, launch, and then heads out back towards the park and the stage for some more craziness. Now, something else we're seeing, the crane has moved. It was over here, then it was over here, and now it's back over there. And I see some track on the ground, but I think that's actually for the top pieces of the spike. They just might have moved it. Some of those conduit forms that we saw in previous updates, well, they're now underneath the switch for the launch area here in the City Walk area. God, I love this angle. Trains are going to be coming right at us. And here's another look at the top of the spike track that's moved. So it was over here off to the side, but they're cleaning up the side a bit, and now it's over here. With the track pieces moved and the crane a little bit closer, are we thinking that we're going to get the top of the spike? No, I actually don't think we're going to get it in anytime soon. I don't know. I'd like to be proven wrong, but they're focusing right now on the overbank, and the crane, I think, is going to have to move over to this area right here if they're going to be topping that off. But they're making good progress elsewhere, so I'm happy. I think that's going to do it for us here right now over at Hard Rock. Going to head over to Islands, see if anything is new with Lost Continent, maybe catch a couple rides on Velocicoaster, and then we'll come back once the lighting is a little better. Good morning, Lighthouse. A little bit later in the morning. It's about 8:30, so there's no wait to get in. Yep, right on through. Over here in Port of Entry, there's work walls and scrims up for a little bit of a refurb. That's been happening for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, I'd say. I just haven't showed it in updates. I can still see the work walls over here by the Crescent Moon Bakery, too. There are the walls. Yeah, nothing's changed. At least from what I can see. My man. Still surviving and vibing. For now. Not really seeing anything over here by the former Poseidon's Fury. Forever Pearls closed up. Building's still here though, and work walls have not been extended down. Over to Treasures of Poseidon. Still have excavation equipment over here. It's pretty quiet. I don't hear any digging or jackhammering or anything like that, so maybe they're taking today off. I don't know. I'm not noticing anything really new over here. So that's pretty much going to do it for Lost Continent right now. There's Hagrid's. Park has only been open 30 minutes and it's already a 150-minute wait. Ouch. Yeah. In addition, Express is going to be leaving on July 1st. So get your express rides in now while you still can. See, and that is why I usually rope drop everything, because I want to go ride Hagrid's and not have to wait 2 hours. That's ridiculous. So now heading over to Velocicoaster, and then we'll check out Camp Jurassic as well as River Adventure, and then we'll see from there what we're doing. Jurassic Park Archway, and no, it's a no torch day. Believe it or not, in the last update I said it was like a 2 torch day when there was actually a third. It was up at the top. There's even a fourth. I don't know how many times I've been here, but I guess I just didn't notice it, or it lapsed in my brain the last time. But there's actually 4 torches, but none of them are lit today. Ouch. And the wait time sign for Velocicoaster is showing 10 minutes. I'll take it. Nice. They even have a new A-frame sign out front showing 10 minutes. I think that's because that sign is not working.
You'll use your park ticket. If your ticket is on your phone, see the nearest team member for us.
How dare they lie to us? 10-minute wait? No. It was 15. Not that bad. Well worth it. Time to head over to Camp Jurassic and River Adventure to see if anything's new. Work walls for River Adventure, and on the entry area, again, I'm not seeing anything new. It's been weeks now. Nothing really new over here, but on Jurassic Outfitters, I think that is new with all the work up there. So hopefully some progress. Splashdown area for River Adventure. And they've been doing testing and commissioning for about a week and a half or so at least. And they're going to continue to do so for a while. Camp Jurassic and P-Flyers still doing testing. Again, in one of our more recent updates, we said a rumored date of July 3rd for the reopening. Hopefully that happens. Employees have been riding it recently. Then over here, if you remember, there was a slide. And it took me out the last time I was on it. I want my revenge. I want to know I can do this without actually eating it. And work walls are still up over here. We meet again. Let's see. Oh God, I'm probably gonna eat it. Woo! Yep. And I did again. He slides so quick that I literally just landed right on my ass. For the sake of my back and bottom, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that slide again. The slide is definitely sliding. Maybe a little too well. All right, time to get back over to Hard Rock and then into Studios. And we're back. So yeah, the site is looking phenomenal. Crews have been putting up about 4 to 5 pieces of track when they're really cooking. Other times it's about 2 to 3. But yeah, they're moving since a lot of the columns are already in place. They just have to put the track in. Guest services, not too busy. Ticket windows, not much of a wait either. And turnstiles, well, both sides are open. Park just opened about maybe 5-10 minutes ago, so about a maybe 5-minute wait and we'll be in. Yep, like usual, no wait to get through. We are on our way. Somewhere in the low 90s right now. Gonna be high 90s later. Thunderstorms, heat index over 100. Yeah, it's Florida in the summer. No point in checking out the wait time sign. Park is open till 9 o'clock. But everything just opened, so everything's going to have a 10-minute wait or less. Menu mayhem. And for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I can see track right there. Rocket area with the columns that we had in our previous updates right there. Hello, Pigeon. And a view of the Overbank and mid-course over here too. Now time for the first launch area, and speaking of the first launch, I can see LSMs on there now. So the actual propulsion system, which will launch the train, has been installed. So yeah, that's going to do it from over here. Let's get over to the station and maintenance barn area. New York area. And of course, we got hashtag out again. Every morning, I love seeing hashtag. It's good. Construction walls with the ride vehicles, like normal. And in the last update, we had it where crews installed the rest of the roof. So I'm not seeing a whole lot different, but crews are really active in there. Tons of banging, grinding sounds, hammers, drills, the whole 9 yards. But the whole area is looking really good. So that's pretty much going to do it over here by the station and maintenance barn area. Crews are really focusing on getting that entire station area enclosed. A lot of it has been placed on the other side. It's all the way down towards the ground. Roof is on, and now we just need to get this side over here. We don't have any dry tires just yet. I'm expecting them to go on pretty soon. And then we have guys working right here, possibly for a facade area and along the catwalk. So yeah. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our video here from the Universal Orlando Resort for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster construction. And it's really exciting that we have about 6 new pieces of track since our last update. They have it where it's leading into the Overbank. There's a tiny little speed bump, and that angle of the track leading into the whole mess of that, well, it's pretty steep, so I'm thinking we're going to have a big element before then. Of course, we have some support braces for the mid-course, and it's looking pretty good. New track can be visible from inside the park over by Rocket. And we have LSMs now on the first launch, so they're moving pretty quick, and I'm expecting with the crane being moved to a different position, we're going to try to work on the Overbank a little bit more tonight. We'll have more videos, so if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the website formerly known as Twitter at Midway Mayhem, and I will see you out on the Midway.